Greetings and welcome to another Pokemon 2019 anime preview discussion. This time I will be discussing the preview for episode 17, so let's get to it. So in the preview for episode 17, we see that Ghost Scorbunny wants to learn a fire type move since it currently only knows double kick and quick attack. We can't really see what leads to Scorbunny wanting to learn a fire type move. Maybe it dislikes not knowing one despite being a fire type Pokemon. Or maybe because Ghost Darmanitan made fun of it since there is a scene like that in the preview. Regardless, Scorbunny works hard to learn a fire type move. Ash and Pikachu try to help, however, Gold tells Scorbunny that it does not need to work so hard, with a face that suggests that Gold doesn't really care if Scorbunny learns a new move or not. Which is, I guess, kind of understandable since moves are for battle and Go is not interested in battling, he just wants to catch them all. Scorbunny, however, is hurt by Go's lack of support and then runs away crying, so obviously Go will have to apologize and reconciliate with Scorbunny. Now, the big thing with this episode is the rumor that has been going around for a while, the rumor that Scorbunny will evolve this episode. There's apparently a leak that got people believing this because the episode itself doesn't point to this necessarily. I say necessarily because a Pokemon learning a new move is a moment of growth for both trainer and Pokemon. A moment that can lead to evolution, but this isn't always the case. So, the question is, will Scorbunny evolve? In my opinion, the answer is no. There are several reasons why I think this. Number one is that Scorbunny has received very little focus. Scorbunny was introduced in episode 4 and caught in episode 5. Episode 17 will be the first one where Scorbunny is the focus since those two initial episodes. I feel like the main Pokemon of a main character should receive more build up before evolving. It is much too soon for Scorbunny to evolve, in my opinion. Also, learning a new move and evolving in the same episode just 12 episodes after it was caught is a bit too much, in my opinion. Reason number two, and the biggest reason why, is that Scorbunny has displayed a lot of personality and quirks so far that would make it unsuitable for evolution. Let me explain. There are Pokemon in the anime that have certain personality traits that make them unique, that make them characters. Often these traits wouldn't transition well if the Pokemon evolves. A Pokemon's personality can change when it evolves, but if it's a unique personality that defines the character and it would not work well when evolved, then the chances are the Pokemon will remain unevolved. Let me give you some examples. Ash's Rowlet was lazy, relaxed, and it loved to sleep in Ash's backpack. From the beginning of the Sun and Moon series, I was certain that Rowlet would not evolve. Can you imagine a Dartrix or Decidueye being so lazy and relaxed? Perhaps, but it would not be as cute and endearing as a Rowlet. And if Rowlet evolved, then Ash would need a bigger bag to fit Rowlet in if it continued to love sleeping inside of it after its evolution. Ash's Totodile is another example. It loved to jump and dance. It was Totodile's signature. Every time it was sent out to battle, it would dance. Can you imagine a crocodile or feraligator dancing like that? Probably not. Then we have Ash's Oshawott, who was exceedingly proud, boastful, and Oshawott was always seeking attention. It would knock Pikachu off of Ash's shoulder and then it would take Pikachu's place. Oshawott would also come out of its Pokeball by itself to battle, only to run away once it realized it could not win, and then it would push Pikachu to battle for it instead. Oshawott was also lazy, clumsy, and a ladies' man since it fell in love with a lot of Pokemon like Don's Baniri. With so much personality, I knew Oshawott would not evolve, and it didn't. Can you imagine a Duat or Samurott being like this? Probably not. And speaking of Dawn and Oshawott, Dawn's Piplup is another example. Oshawott being a rival to Piplup. Dawn's Piplup was also very proud and it was very mature since it would often reproach Dawn for being childish. Piplup always tried to impress Dawn and garner all her attention. Piplup always reminded me of the saying wise beyond your years because it had a good head on its shoulder despite being small. It was small because it was unevolved, which made Piplup seem young, much too young to be so mature. Piplup even refused to evolve, and like Ash's Bulbasaur, Piplup stopped the evolution after it had already started. If Piplup evolved, it would take the contrast in its personality away. Though, Matsumitsu Hidaka, former director and storyboard artist of the anime, said in an interview that Piplup wouldn't evolve because its evolved forms, Primlup and Empoleon, are too ugly for contests, which was what Dawn focused on. There are several other examples like Ash's Squirtle and Clement's Chespin, but the point is that Scorbunny has been portrayed as having a lot of personality. Also, notice how all of my examples are starter Pokemon belonging to main characters. The starters are the face of the generation, so keeping them cute and making them memorable characters is something the writers shoot for. Scorbunny has been shown to be caring since it cared for a group of Nick Kid in its introduction episode, and it tried to help Ghost Cubone when it was harassed by the trio of Mankeys. It loves getting attention since it was noticeably depressed when Pikachu and Yamper ignored it in one episode. It's very energetic and it gets excited easily, as seen in episode 12 when it was watching the World Champion tournament, and it hates to lose, as seen in episode 14 when it refused to back down from kicking Gulork. It loves to be complimented, as seen in episode 15 when Go's grandmother complimented it. Scorbunny had the most adorable reaction. I just don't see all of this working as well with a Raboot or a Cinderace, because they are not as small and adorable as Scorbunny. From the early episodes, I felt that Scorbunny would never evolve. Now, I'm not saying that every Pokemon that is bursting with personality won't evolve, but it is a fact that several of them don't, and I feel that Scorbunny belongs to that group. It is, of course, very much possible that Scorbunny will evolve in this episode, or it is possible it will evolve in the future. I am not saying it definitely won't evolve. This is all speculation on my part, but as far as episode 17 goes, I think that Scorbunny will just learn a new move. And in the process of it, Go will grow as a trainer and Scorbunny will mature as a Pokemon. Now, what move will Scorbunny learn? Given the episode title, Scorbunny Use Your Flaming Kick Face Tomorrow, I would say Blaze Kick. But the preview shows Scorbunny spitting out little fireballs, so it could be Ember, which would make sense considering that's the starter fire move of choice for fire type starter Pokemon. Scorbunny included, and it's odd it does not know it already. As always, though, we won't really know for sure until the episode airs, and episode 17 will air on March 15, 2020. I'll have a video review for it up on my channel as soon as possible, so please look forward to it. Leave your own thoughts down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and would like to see more like it, then please consider subscribing to my channel. I love Pokemon and I love making videos on both the anime and the games. Thank you very much for watching, and let's meet again in the next video.